Joining us now, NBC News Justice and Intelligence correspondent Ken Dilanian and MSNBC legal analyst and former federal prosecutor Barbara McQuade. Ken, what are the changes being made at the DOJ?
Jose, one of the Justice Department lawyers I spoke to called what's happening a complete bloodbath. The Trump administration is changing the basic mission of the Civil Rights Division, the way it's operated since it was founded in 1957 to help uphold the voting rights of African Americans. And this is happening in two main ways. One, the DOJ has pushed out nearly all the career civil servants in management positions. These are people with decades of experience who have served under Democratic and Republican presidents, including in Trump's first term. Many of them were reassigned to jobs unrelated to their expertise. And second, the department's leader issued a series of memos last week that essentially abandon the division's longstanding priorities of enforcing laws prohibiting discrimination against minority groups. And instead, the memos say the division will now seek to enforce President Trump's executive orders, many of which focus on, frankly, protecting white Christians. Those orders include restoring merit-based opportunity, designated English as the official language of the U.S., and eradicating so-called anti-Christian bias. As an example, the division is now investigating whether Los Angeles is improperly withholding gun permits, and it has withdrawn several actions around voting rights and taken the opposite position. One lawyer told me they have been working there for 18 years, and they are now being asked to do the opposite of what they had been doing. And Jose, this did not happen in the first Trump term, but as we've learned across a number of fronts, this second term is much different.
And so, Barbara, legally, the administration has, I guess, the right to do this, or do you see that there are some legal issues involved in these changes?
Well, to the extent, Jose, that they are enforcing acts of Congress, then they have the ability to do this. But as Ken just said, some of these things are simply executive orders of the president of questionable legality. And so I imagine that some of these actions may be challenged in court to the extent they bring civil complaints or criminal charges. We will see them tested in court. I think the thing that's most distressing is that the Civil Rights Division has long been regarded as the crown jewel of the Department of Justice, a place where the Justice Department works to achieve the promise of America. And instead, it seems that now this shift has been made to try to send America back to a time before we worked to achieve racial equality in this country.
And you, I know, worked on civil rights cases during your time at the DOJ. How are these changes, you think, going to impact things?
Well, I think, number one, we're seeing some of the most experienced career lawyers in the division being reassigned to lesser responsibilities or leaving on their own because this isn't the kind of work they signed up for. So I think we're going to see a mass exodus of the kinds of very good lawyers that we've come to know at the Civil Rights Division. And I worry about who they'll be replaced with. The Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights clearly has a very different agenda, and one could expect that she will hire replacements in that mold. And then those people will be in that division for decades to come. So this could be the kind of thing that cannot simply be unwound with a new election, but may take a generation to resolve.
Ken, Attorney General Pam Bondi also announced grant cuts to a variety of organizations at the DOJ. What do we know about that?
Yes, Jose, we're told these cuts were recommended by DOJ, and they target groups that provide services to crime victims. And Attorney General Bondi has boasted about these cuts on social media, suggesting that they took aim at what she views as wasteful spending. And she cited gender-affirming care to trans prison inmates as an example. But we also learned that Bondi has already reversed some of these cuts, including one program that paid for domestic violence victims to bring their pets to shelters. And the National Center for Victims of Crime told us that the DOJ was revoking $2.8 million of its federal grant funding. And they said they would have to close a national hotline called the Victim Connect Resource Center, which helps crime victims to learn about their rights and options.